Welcome to Uniting the Cults, another episode of Why is Everybody Stupid? This one is about the standard way Muslims lie about ex-Muslims. How do ex-Muslims deal with the meaning of life question? Ex-Muslims just want to be part of liberal world order, as this is what world is running on. Since Islam puts restrictions on certain things on life, hence they hate it. They have all kind of emotional reasons for being ex-Muslim. Some apostatize for money and asylum, and some out of ignorance and unable to fathom things like problem of evil. Curious Sammy. So I ask here, what do you notice about the logic this Muslim is using? So here's the logic he was using. Most arguments by ex-Muslims are wrong. That's why I'm a Muslim. So I asked him why he's ignoring the worst shit, like the death penalty for leaving Islam. So here's the point. Let's suppose he's right, that most arguments by ex-Muslims are wrong. What about the others? If there's one that is right, then he should be an ex-Muslim. He ignored what I said and said this. Here's the link. I have very good experience with atheists and ex-Muslim, and most of their arguments are appeal to emotion type and lack of knowledge. They bring debunked arguments from Christian missionary websites to make their case and to look smart to the audience. And on top of that, they don't know science and they use science in denying God. What can be more laughable than that? So I point out, notice the most arguments. It's a lie because it intentionally ignores the group of arguments that isn't most. That's totally being ignored here. Another version looks like this. I'm a Muslim because I refuted the worst arguments by ex-Muslims. Someone said that at some point in the past on this subreddit. It's a lie because the right method is to address the best arguments. And to be clear, we only need a single correct argument against Islam in order to refute it. One. So looking at most is fucking dumb. Typical straw man. It's always a deflection from Islam. It's never about Islam, but some sort of outlet for horniness, money, or gripes about abusive parents. Islam can never be the problem in their conception. They realize you can do those things without leaving Islam, right? Yeah, lots of Muslims do that. Like, wouldn't it be better to do them and then ask for forgiveness? I mean, Islam literally has a wipe the slate clean method. Better how? Better, I don't know, better by what standard here? As an ex-Muslim, I don't give a crap about what Muslims think or why Muslims think I left the religion, because if they really understood why I rejected Islam, they would too. This is my personal journey and I don't have to justify my thoughts to anyone. Yeah. We're people too. I feel like they forget where we started. We struggle with beliefs too. Not insinuating that I'm conservative, but not all ex-Muslims are liberals. Yeah, good point. There are definitely conservative ex-Muslims out there too. You don't just turn into some liberal magically after leaving Islam. They aren't going to engage you rationally. How many times you folks have to be stunned by their bullheaded responses? They are in it for emotional reasons and fear of modernity. You engage them by pressing their buttons in vulnerable topics. This buffoon is just an example of why rational, sane arguments fly over their heads. Not to be mean, but these types of fools can only be brought back to reality by mocking them personally and their religious practices. Yeah, I don't agree with that. If anything, mocking them is going to get them to stop thinking. This person says, or translates, so basically constantly harassing them because they follow a religion you don't, just leave them be. So I replied to him, what makes you think I'm stunned? I mean, he's replying to me. So you'd think he's talking about me. And they said, I didn't mean it literally, just that your tactics don't and won't work on them. So I said, it'll work on some people. And even if not right away, my ideas can become seeds that bloom into ex-Muslimhood. I'm guessing you already know this, so I don't know why you made your comment. You are the one who made this whole thread, so I pointed out how your tactics won't work on nut jobs like that fool in many cases. In many cases, he switched. So that means it will work in other cases. He's kind of using the same logic that that Muslim is. How many times? He said, how many times do I have to repeat it? So I say, please don't say evil shit like that to me again. How many times do you have to repeat it? He says, I don't even know you, dude. I gave some advice and you latched onto me like I'm the devil. Anyway, peace out of Jesus. I said, you're lying about the latching and devil shit. Go fuck yourself. I don't care if you're a Muslim or an ex-Muslim. If you are a fucking jerk and then you repeat it after I tell you to stop, this is the treatment you're going to get you to stop. And to get you to not do it to me again, and to teach you a lesson to not do it to other fucking people. That's enough.